Yeah. Let's bring the May 18th meeting to order. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Secretary, roll call.
Mr. Cullen.
Mr. Cullen is excused.
Ms. Curran. Here. Mr. D'Angelo.
Here.
Mr. Poliafico.
Here.
Mr. Parolo.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mr. Stiltner.
Here.
Ms. Paglione.
Ms. Paglione is excused.
And Mr. Ciccoletti.
Here. Mr. Trullo.
Yes, briefly, thank you, Mr. President. There was an executive session that started at 6:30 tonight. It ended at approximately 7:38. All members of the board who were present at this meeting were present at the executive session, along with several members of the administration and myself. Personnel items, informational items, and security items were discussed at the executive session, which, as I indicated, concluded at 7:38. That's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Trullo. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Mr. Poliafico. Second. Mr. D'Angelo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Superintendent, Dr. Davis.
Yes. Legislatively, there is a bill, Senate Bill 647, beginning with the 26-27 school year, requiring students in grades 9 through 12 to complete a course in economic education and personal financial literacy. The measure has now been referred to the House. The new full-time music teacher the board approved on May 4th has been posted along with the job duties and responsibilities developed by Dr. Downey. Mr. Nakazi has met and continues to meet with Dr. Downey regarding the scheduling of classes. The current music teacher, Mr. Molden, also is part of the meetings.
Good.
Lastly, the interviewing process with the new teachers that the board will approve tonight will be conducted within a team format. The design and implementation of this process will be handled by the building administrators along with the final input of the superintendent. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Dr. Davis, Bill 647, you said that it's going to require the
Another
student-
course in high school.
Okay, so that'll be a credit course?
It'll be a half credit, yes, or a full credit, depending on how you use it. That'll be your flexibility.
Okay, so we have someone to teach that, like?
That can be within the social studies and other things, yes.
Okay. All right, I must have missed that one. Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Rosado.
Hi, good evening. Thank you. So speaking of Dr. Downey, tomorrow he will be taking our elementary band to Princeton. He's pretty excited to show them a really great program, and because he's connected, he wanted to have our kids go over there and see it. So he's been really preparing and really excited to do that. So I can't wait to hear the outcome and how much they loved it. This past Friday night, our sons enjoyed themselves at our annual Sons Dance. I included some pictures. The Sons Dance is a challenge because it's hard to keep the boys engaged for a 2-hour period. So the DJ, Curtis Perry, did a great job. It was a lot of fun. I'd say it's one of the best times that I've had in a long time. And the boys truly did have a good evening. So there's some pictures on there of the kids. I want to congratulate our 3rd through 6th grade teachers, staff, and students on a job well done this year for the PSSA. All students put forth great effort, and we are expecting positive results. The teachers, staff, and students have worked hard, and their hard work will pay off, and we're pretty certain of that. As our initial FastBridge data, our 3rd administration, which has taken place in the last couple of weeks, is a good indicator of how the students will perform on PSSA, and it's definitely the kids are showing a whole lot of growth, so we're happy about that. May into June, it's a busy month. It's a lot of trips, special events, field days, but please mark your calendars. It's 1 week away. Join us on May 25th for our Arts and STEM Showcase from 5 to 8 p.m. So what you'll see is at 6 p.m. our band and our chorus will perform in here. However, in the main hallway, it will be the art show, so you'll see the hallways decorated with all the art pieces throughout the school year. You can stop in the old computer lab, which is now our STEM room, for the STEM marketplace. I know that Mr. Crossan's been working hard with our STEM club and during the kids' classes on making different items that he'll have for sale on that evening. And the science fair the kids developed their science projects with Ms. Halkowski. They'll have those displayed as well. So it'll just be a beautiful evening to kind of spend some time with us and, see all the great stuff that's happening in those departments. So we're really proud of the hard work that the teachers and the students have done. So it'll be a great evening. That's my pen. We hosted today about 50 of our incoming kindergarten students from obviously the borough that attend some of the local daycares. And, the students were treated to a snack and a drink. We engaged them in an activity after I read Pete the Cat to them. They got to meet some of the current kindergarten students. They toured the school and they visited the book fair as well as the classrooms that they're going to be in next year. Each student, as you know, especially if it's your first child, you get a little nervous about them going to kindergarten, so you always have a ton of questions, and the unknown is what's fearful, right? So to give them the opportunity to come in, walk around, see kind of how it works here, get a look at the classrooms, and then they all left with some information, a cute little bag that we prepared for them with a letter from the kindergarten teachers. It has their supply list. It has a couple of the summer projects that we asked them to do, as well as a kindergarten readiness packet and pencil and some crayons. So they all get to leave with a little gift and a book as well. This is funded through our federal programs, money, Title I. So it was a great day. The kids were excited. They engaged with me. They were singing along. It was a lot of fun. Oh, gosh. Wednesday, I took a trip to the Grundy Library with kindergarten. So it's been great to reestablish our partnership with the Grundy Library. The Grundy Library is now open, so all the grade levels will be visiting. We take walking trips over there. So what's been great is the librarians introduced really the library to the students. It's been so long since they've been in there. They showed them what's available to them, how to navigate the library, how to look out books, how you would check out a book, and then they encouraged them and sent us home with applications to have parents fill out those applications and drop it back off at the library so that the kids could get library cards. So that was a fun trip. And following that, the kindergarten went right over to Papa's Pretzels for a free ice cream. And he treated the whole kindergarten class, and they sat out on the sidewalk in front of, actually more than Papa's Pretzels, whatever businesses are, extend to the right of that, and enjoyed their ice cream. And that was all free, and he's very generous, the owner of Papa's Pretzels. I believe his name is Mike, so we appreciate that. Finally, regarding federal programs, our leadership team met this past Tuesday on our in-service day to review our preliminary data and begin setting goals and planning for the 2023-24 school year. We will again be able to offer our summer learning loss program for our students in grades K through 4, which will actually be 1 through 5 once they're promoted. It's going to take place on July 31st through August 3rd and August 7th through August 10th. It's an opportunity for us to provide small group intensive instruction to our students who need it, and also to try to prevent any summer loss of skills that often happens when they're disconnected and disengaged from school for that long of a period. We have several of our teachers working on writing curriculum for math and ELA over the summer. Mr. Nastasi and I had worked earlier on in the school year in finding a template that they're going to use, so we're going to create not only grade level curriculum, but vertical structure, K to 12. So we've been collaborating, our middle school's been collaborating and getting this work done. So we're excited to have our teachers work on this over the summer and put it into draft form so that throughout the school year, we can then, with all the staff, be able to make notes and revisions to then maybe approve it at the end of the school year of next year. So, and finally, we decided our professional development book study for the 23-24 school year will be on guided math and action, and we're excited to focus on math, as typically we've worked in literacy, and the teachers have really grown a ton and have a ton of skills and strategies that they use on a regular basis. So Mr. Luca is super excited that we chose guided math in action, and that'll be paid for out of Title I funds. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Jay, Kelly, we're going to start something new, and that is whoever volunteered services, like you said, ice cream was given out, let Jed know, and we're going to start sending them a little thank you note.
Yep,
Okay, Doc?
sure.
It'll be, you know, from the superintendent, okay? So we'll contact Kelly as to whoever, you know,
Yes.
helped on that day. Let's start something.
And he donated pretzels to us.
Whoever
Yeah,
whoever
as well.
did that.
Yes.
I like that packet.
Yeah, this
Yeah, it's really
is
nice.
good because, you know, the unknown is what's fearful, and just to have a little bit of information and concrete, and a little bit of stuff, how do I get ready? How do I get my child ready for kindergarten? So these will be given to every child who registers for kindergarten. We have them already
So
pre-made.
you said 50, is that about the average that
Who
we
comes
have?
to that? Typically.
Yeah.
We put out, and it was on the website too, but we advertised via flyer, I sent it via email. But that only goes to families who already have kids in the school, and had a QR code, so anyone could register to attend today, as long as they were in the borough and their kid met the age requirement. So 50 is a good number to start off.
What's the, this past school year, what was the total number of kindergartners that came in
Actually,
registered?
it was about 80.
Really?
So we were a little bit lower than a typical year, for class size purposes, yeah.
What's the average before it was 80?
Like 90-ish,
Okay,
90 to 100. But anyone who registers between now and September, if they've requested, I'll take them on a tour of the school. We just kind of have to navigate because we're cleaning and that kind of thing, and whatever they need, we're here for it, so. We did boost our sales for the book fair, though.
that's a good thing.
We do that on purpose, the timing of it.
Thank you, Mrs. Bernard.
Thank you.
Mr. Nastasi.
Yes. Just a few things here. Last Saturday, we completed our AP testing. Our high school was a site for the AP testing. We did have other students from other school districts attend our testing site, so it was nice to open our school up to other people in the community in Lower Bucks. Our PSSAs are complete for the middle school. I want to thank our middle school team for a job well done. We are hoping for improvement in all aspects of our PSSA scores. Our prom was a great success last week. We had 155 people total, 140 students showed up, not one single problem. Drop-off, pickup went flawless. I'd like to thank Chief Morris for sending an officer over for the entire night. Dr. Davis was on the dance floor a little bit. But it was a great night. We had it on a Thursday. We were the only school in the building, which was nice. And it was a cheaper rate for our students, so it was a great night. Our unified track team has qualified for states. They will be leaving Thursday night or Friday morning, I think Thursday night, Friday morning, for Shippensburg. I know last year PCN Network had it on it was televised. I'm hoping this year it's going to be televised again.
Excuse me.
Next weekend.
Next week.
Next weekend, yes. Our high school, our Keystone testing started this week, and will continue tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday will be our final testing dates in biology. Just a reminder that if you are not taking the test, for those students who are taking the test, they would have gotten a sheet already. It is a 2-hour delay in the schedule. Next week, so this year, I took what Kelly was doing in the elementary school, which was very successful, the Fast Bridge testing program. We will finish our testing next week. Our third testing window will end. I'm really proud of our middle school staff because right in the middle of the year, I dropped a bomb on them because I wanted to interject math and reading interventions during the academic school schedule, which is not easy because everybody's always set in their ways with their schedules. So we're hoping to see some positive results in that. 5:31, we're going to have our sports recognition assembly for all our high school athletes. The one unique thing we're going to be doing with all these award ceremonies from now on, we are going to hold them in the gym, and we're going to hold them in the gym because we could set a link out to the community for any family member anywhere can link up and watch it via online now. So that's going to be a nice added twist this year. We're also on 5/31, we're going to have a signing date for all our athletes who are signing to go play college sports somewhere. That'll be the same link for that day. 6/1, we're going to have our high school academic assembly in the gym, and again, there will be a link for our community. We'll put it out there on our Instagram, Facebook, and every media outlet we have. 6/1, we're going to have our 8th grade during the park trip. 6/2, we'll have our middle school academic awards assembly, which will be in the gym also, and we'll have a link so all parents can see. At the end, here's something that a relationship that we're starting to build, which is really nice. So this year, as a first year, we started an intro to acting class. Mr. Angelo is running that class. Mr. Angelo has professional acting credits. He's doing a wonderful job with that class. So in the beginning of the year, I called over to the Bristol Theater, and we started talking, and we developed a really nice relationship. They're really excited to have our kids involved. The theater invited our kids over to a private screening at the beginning of the year, which was about 25 students, and we got them pizza and everything, and it was such a hit, and our kids were so well behaved that at the end of this month, I forget the title of the show coming up at the end of this month, but they invited our students for a pre-screening at the actual theater, and then a dinner at the King George at no charge. So it's a wonderful relationship that we have going on with them, and I think it's a good connection because, you know, in our drama club we have between 20 and 30 students. I just see that growing and growing and growing. And now that we're going to start adding the musical kind of piece, we're hoping to sprinkle some music in our drama club during our plays. So really excited about that. I really wasn't an artsy person or a musical, but I'm starting to become that because it's so cool seeing these kids perform, and it's very gratifying. So
Maybe you'll have a cameo in the next show.
maybe I'll have a cameo. You never know. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. President.
I have a quick question.
Mr. Tassi, just
Yes.
take a few minutes to explain your warrior period, okay, and what it entails. Your
The win-
intervention, okay?
So our intervention, so we use the data from the Fast Bridge, and I've learned everything from Kelly, who's been doing it for a while. She's been a great coach.
I
So,
didn't pay him to say that.
not yet. So we take the data of what students are struggling, let's say reading, let's say it's vocabulary, or let's say it's whatever those deficits are, and we group them by their ability. And then in the middle of the day, they all are grouped among the 5 different teachers, and we work on those skills. And the students who have tested out of it, work on other skills during that time also. So 3 days a week we'll do reading, 2 days a week we'll do math, and then we flip it. We'll do 3 days of math and 2 days of reading. So I'm really hoping, you know, that we see some improvement. But again, it's credit to our staff and Kelly, because when you drop something on somebody in the middle of a school year, you know, the hair went up a little bit. So, but I think it's very good practice going towards next year to where we can really have things down pat. Like when you come here, when we saw it, so I brought our middle school teachers here, and we came and saw the interventions here. It's like clockwork. They all know where to go, and they all have their folders. They all know what groups are in, and that's something we want to emulate. So we're going to continue to come here to see how, you know, things go. But it's been really good so far. So
That's many
Yeah.
years in progress, though.
Yes.
It doesn't happen overnight.
yeah,
Good
So,
report.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. Tony, you had something, question?
Yes, the unified track team, are you planning like a send-off or something for them
Yes,
before they go?
yes, we'll have a send-off. I think, Chris, are they leaving Thursday or Friday? I think it's Thursday. Probably Thursday morning, we'll have a send-off.
Okay.
So I'll email you guys, we'll video it, we'll also put it on our media outlets. So we always have a,
Back to back, right? This is
yeah,
the
we always
second year
have
in a
like
row.
the drum line out, we play music, and we send them off with all our athletes
So
for
there'll
any,
be 2 days,
2 days, yeah.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, last year we came in fourth we missed the medal by a point last year, so we'll see.
We make it first, second, or third, I say we have a parade for them.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love
we'll
it.
do that anyway. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
great.
Thank you. All
right.
Thank you, Nick.
Stasi.
Yeah.
Okay. Comprehensive plan?
That was already talked about, Mr. President.
Okay. All right, public participation, anyone from the public?
Good evening. My name is Dory Morgan. I will keep this brief this evening, talking about what we're doing with Thrive. We are halfway through our May kickball clinics with our challenger athletes, their high school buddies, and some fantastic volunteer coaches that have come in. I would like to thank Mr. Smith for his ongoing support and enthusiastic play with the kids on Saturday mornings. So these athletes are learning a lot, they're working with each other, and they're building the relationships, not just amongst themselves, but with other community members as well. We will be taking off the month of June from Thrive-sponsored activities and then moving into movers and makers over the summer, giving a chance for our students to get a chance to embrace some artistic endeavors, whether it be an art activity, a music activity, or a dance activity. Also, I'd like to thank the community's support for the Sesame Classic that will be taking place on Sunday. I believe we're up to 27 team members coming to support Thrive, and we have some very enthusiastic kiddos that can't wait to cheer for the Bristol community coming over the finish line. There's still time to sign up if you haven't already. And there's a 1 mile option if you have not been training. So that is it for me this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dory.
Okay, let's go into, let me see here. Let's start routine monthly business. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
You got to read it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Can't get
I
away
was
with it.
seconding it.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to read it, John? Or
Go ahead.
Approve the minutes of April 13th and May 4th, 2023 meeting. Approve the list of bills for May 2023, and approve the treasurer's report for April 2023.
Okay, do I have a second? Mr.
Second.
D'Angelo? All those in favor?
Aye.
Questions, any questions? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Nays,
Aye.
abstention, motion carries. New business, item A.
I'll take this one. Item A is, I motion to approve the Bucks County Intermediate Unit Special Education budget for the 2023-2024 fiscal year in the amount of $756,444.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is that Mr. Parolo? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item B.
President, I motion to approve the settlement agreement and release for student John Doe.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Stiltner. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item C.
President, I motion to approve to make an application to PDE for the Flexible Instruction Day program beginning the 2023-2024 school term for a period of 3 years. If approved by PDE, it will be the district's discretion to include these in school calendars.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stiltner. Dr. Davis, you'd like to comment on that?
Yes, what this is a requirement from PDE in regarding that now regardless of the snow and the amount, we can, use the computer, okay, with our staff, and those days will count. You have to make application for that, and I think we have up to 5 days. So regardless if we have a major shutdown, electrical, or whatever the snow, blizzard, we still can have school in that day account, but you have to make it part of your calendar.
So essentially, no snow days.
That's correct. I don't like doing that anyway, you know that, okay.
Okay, so, any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
Okay, let's go
To item
to
6.
Okay, Mr. President, I motion to approve to advertise for a part-time HVAC contractor for the 2023-2024 school year.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stiltner. Any questions?
Just so the public's aware, the advertisement is set to run in the Courier on Sunday, May 21st.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
On the personnel, Mr. President, I motion to approve the appointment of the following for the extended school year teachers, district assistants, PCAs, and nurse. Rate of pay as per the master agreement, pending clearances. ESY nurse Caitlin Zecca, ESY teachers Michelangelo, Barbara Bannon, Rocco Parolo, Cassidy Rossi, and the ESY aides would be Heather Anderson, Amanda Baines, Christine Capriati, Ed Gallagher, Ryan Leone, Brittany Rivera, Kim Stiltner, Mandy Wooders, Diane Winder, and Laura Young.
I have a second.
Second.
Mr. Smith? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item E.
Item E, Mr. President, I motion to approve to advertise for 3 permanent elementary teaching positions, K-6 certification required, salary and benefits as per the master agreement effective the 2023-2024 school year.
Oh, excuse me. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Smith? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
Item F, Mr. President, I approve to advertise for a middle school science teacher, PA 7 through 12 certification, salary and benefits as per the master agreement effective the 2023-2024 school year.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Smith? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item G.
I motion to approve to advertise for a part-time art teacher, PA certification required, no benefits effective the 2023-2024 school year.
Do I have a second?
Aye.
Mr. Smith? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item H.
Mr. President, I motion to approve the attached supplemental positions for the 2023-2024 school year and the rate of pay as per the master agreement. Both are attached.
Do I have a second?
Aye.
Mr. Smith? Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item I.
Mr. President, I motion to approve to hire Allison McHugh as a paraprofessional, salary and benefits as per the negotiated agreement, effective immediately.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Smith? Questions?
I just have a question. Is this position there all the time? I mean, or has it just recently been vacated?
We
Is
had
that,
a retirement, and this fills the position.
isn't it possible to hire a person full-time?
That's what this is.
That's what this is, right?
I mean, it's not going to be open again in September or January?
No, this is
Okay.
the paraprofessional
Okay.
position.
Thank you for
Okay,
straightening
No problem.
any other
that.
questions?
Good.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
That's it.
Okay, information and discussion. The next public board meeting is Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. We do have a meeting scheduled for the June 1st. If Dr. Davis doesn't have anything for that agenda, then we will meet and break for the summer on Wednesday, June 14th. You'll let us know because we have to put an ad in the newspaper, correct? Yes. Okay. At this time, let's go around. I'll ask the board members, Mr. Smith.
I'd like to thank Kelly and Nick for their update today, and Dr. Davis, and I'd like to wish the Unified Track team good luck. That's all.
Ms. Curran?
I just have some updates from the Bristol Borough Rec Committee. They are sponsoring a movie night on tomorrow at 8 p.m. over at the baseball fields. There was a social media inspiration of a gentleman, Tim Sewerman, and I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly. He wanted to create a chalk project throughout the borough and let the students color our town beautifully. The rec program is going to get involved with him, so more details will be coming about that. Football clinics were tonight at 6 p.m. as well as May 25th at 6 p.m. If we don't have our meeting on the 1st, I just want to congratulate our seniors for all their hard work and congratulate our Unified Track team. And I'm looking forward to running for Thrive or quickly walking on Saturday. And that's it. Thank you.
Quick question, the chalk, what is that again?
So there are some sponsors in the borough, individuals. John Pond, who's an alumni of Bristol Borough, is one of those sponsors. But they are working out the details. But the goal is whether it's on the path or whether it's throughout the streets of Bristol Borough, they want to allow the children, and some adults, I guess, too, to chalk Bristol Borough in a positive manner, whether it's positive sayings or nice photo or pictures that they draw, but giving the permission to children to be able to chalk, especially if some may live in apartments and might not have their own walkway that they can, driveway or whatnot to chalk. Bristolians would put up a sign saying that they could use their walkway in front of their homes as a place to do art.
It is really sharp because someone's already started. I've been walking on the path, and it's beautiful. The sayings they're putting there, it's really awesome.
Well, that was that was St. Mark's had a walk.
That was
And
really
that's what
great.
they do before their walk, is they put all these positive messages to keep the kids moving.
It was really neat, and then we're going to have another group to do that. That's just going to be awesome. So when you're walking and anybody's on the path and you see that, it picks you up. Come with me, walk with me, any of you.
Okay.
Nobody can walk.
Come on.
Thank you,
We have to do tomorrow.
Mr. Parolo.
I just want to congratulate the Unified Track team and hope they do well. And thank Kelly and Nick on another great year and presentation. They always do good. They always make our job easier. And Chris handles the money, so we don't have nothing to worry about.
King
That's
George.
about all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Parolo. Mr. Polyafco?
Yes, I want to thank Nick for all his hard work and his time in explaining everything in the back room this evening. Thank you, Nick. Kelly, thank you for everything you do. Chris and Jen, Shane. I have two things. I'm curious about the playground. Whatever happened with all that, getting something done out there, and where do we stand with that?
Who's in charge? I've reached out to Mr. Gatto. I'll try to reach out again and see if there are any updates. I have no updates for that.
I mean, is it a done deal, or over with, dead, or we trying to get something?
I don't think it's a done deal. I just think it takes
I mean,
some
done
time.
being as far as like too late to get anything done now, or just?
I think there's still a time frame to get something done. I don't know what that time frame is, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
was just curious,
Uh,
because we haven't talked about it in a while, haven't heard nothing. Also, I have one other thing. talking about the walking path and everything, up by the high school at the end of Garfield Street, we have that, some of that is our property where the football team practices and all that stuff. I thought it would be interesting, well, I thought it would be a good idea to maybe possibly do something with part of that, like a couple of basketball hoops up that end. Nothing, nothing elaborate, but we have that ground there where it kind of goes into and narrows off. Really not good for anything else, but I notice when I'm walking it, I see some kids like going towards the park walking down the path. And I just I'm glad they're on the path and not going over the high lines or anything like that. So I'm wondering if we could get our athletic committee to sit down with Pops or the borough and see if they could hopefully get together and maybe come up with something. Nothing, like I said, outstanding or major, and not even a full court thing, because then you're going to hinder some people. But just a couple of courts with some blacktop, just a thought. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Paliafto. Mr. Stiltner.
Just good luck to the unified track team. And also I was a chaperone today on Miss Helkowski's class trip cruise, and everything went really smooth. All our kids were, well behaved. It's great what she does, how she has them controlled. And it just goes to prove when we're out, we represent very well our school district.
A cruise on
the Delaware in Philly,
okay.
Yeah. So it's fun.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Stiller. Dr. Davis.
Yes, I would just like to take the opportunity to thank the board. Tonight you hired teachers from this list that the board approved. You just created opportunities that we'll have a full slate of staff for our students at the elementary level, and also with transfers and hiring and looking at our staff that has the certifications. You're going to have a reading specialist, which is different than a reading teacher, because that specializes in the areas which Nick talked about. Okay, we have a teacher that will be, with the new program change, will be our new STEM teacher. All right, so within our own building, within our own, either the elementary or building, the administrative staff made moves, okay, that we could have needed 4 or 5 teachers. Okay, so just by doing those kind of things, we created a whole academic program with top teachers and grade levels of cover with those teachers that will now work in the areas that we know we have some areas of improvement that need to get done. So I thank the board on behalf of the administration, and I thank the board for their support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Mr. Trullo.
Nothing tonight. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. D'Angelo.
Now, of course, we're rooting for our unified track team, and that's said and done. Mr. Chicoletti, you talked about like giving thanks to businesses and just people that really help the district, and I just wanted to alert you that what they're having, actually, they've been doing it for a couple of years. They call it the Caring Community Recipients, and the way it works is like a teacher or a principal will come to us, like Kelly came tonight, and say this business or this person. And so what the IU does is they notify these people and they honor them in some way. So I think what you're saying is the beginnings of probably something that maybe we could, if both of you kind of keep a list of people that are kind of coming and volunteering or helping, and you could get them a little certificate or a note or something just to honor them. And we've been doing it at the IU now, and it really, really goes over big. A lot of people are honored to help out. And it's a good way to find people to help volunteer. So I will just say that to you. And I just have one thing, and I guess I can direct this at Jen. I want to look at our public participation policy, if we actually have one. I think we do.
We do.
And we probably have like a basic one.
Yeah.
And I just want to look at it, because I don't know if you guys are seeing what's going all around the camp, but like some of these meetings are getting bombarded, and most school districts have actually 2 periods of public. The first one would be on agenda items only, the second one would be, but there's a lot of things that are going on. Doesn't happen here. Sometimes people stay longer, talk longer, go off topic. You know, and I can just, if any of you want to see some examples of it, just look at some of the other school districts around, some of their televised meetings. So Jen, maybe if you could just send me a copy, I'll look at it and just sit with Dr. Davis and see if there's any things that we can add and just recommend it so that it gives the president the control of the meetings. You know, people have found a way to kind of hijack meetings, and it really doesn't do anybody any good. So that's it, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Let's piggyback on what Mr. D'Angelo said. Let's maybe have a certificate printed up from the Bristol Borough School District appreciation. What do you think that should go on this, and then we'll mail it to the individuals that you know, donate or whatever. Yeah, when you have that done, you could bring it here and show the board.
I'll get her a copy of one of the ones.
Sure, you could get them to print it.
Yeah, then we'll be able to send those out. Okay, the only thing I have is that you saw in the beginning of tonight's meeting when Ms. Rosato and Mr. Nastasi were talking, that took about 20 minutes, okay? And the reason it took 20 minutes is all the good things that are happening. And they are attributed to you two guys. So we have another successful school year. And I want to thank both of you for your participation, your ever-caring ways, and you helping Nick. He's grown a lot into the principal's position. He has a lot of suggestions, and I think we got a good team here. You know, along with Chris, who keeps an eye on the money. Dr. Davis takes care of the education. Mr. Perola wants to know where we're going, but that's another story. But anyway, I appreciate, and the board appreciates, everything that the administration does. And it's safe to say that we had another successful school year. So with that being
Can I just make a
said,
quick comment?
yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to make a quick comment. I just wanted to thank Dr. Schaefer and Darletta Berry Johnson, who took the time over the past week and a half to write a grant on behalf of the district, which I helped them with. It's called a COPS grant. We applied for $300,000 worth of funding that the state will pay 75%, we'll pay 25%, and it's directed at security. So a lot of things we put in there were cameras, you know, walkie-talkies for the teachers to communicate. But one of the big things we put in there was the area at the high school to enclose that, which is, I know, is a big thing from the board. So hopefully we can receive the funding for that through the grant, and, you know, we would only have to contribute 25% of it.
Very good.
Great.
Good job, Mr. McHugh. Great work. You
Listen,
and
Dr. Schaefer and Darletta,
But we're gonna work on that front lobby. We'll probably jump on that
but
after all
hopefully
this summer work is done.
hopefully this will pay for it,
Yeah.
so.
Great work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Okay, so with that,
It's called teamwork.
it's called teamwork, Dr. Davis. That's
They're
right.
doing it.
Okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.